Well, 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 good morning, our beloveds. Our another is finally thinking like a businesswoman. Is this good? Is this bad? We don't know. We don't judge. But she is trying to figure out how she can market her skills and abilities in an inviting way that doesn't sound trite or processed. So we shall see what she comes up with. It may land with a loud thud, or it may fly and soar. We will allow her to figure it out herself. So why are we sharing her innermost words with so many of you who really don't even know her? Because her journey matters. Her thought processes matter. Her intuitive hits which guide her to make certain decisions are the imprint that we are trying to place or entrain within others. It is her ability to surrender and to be curious and to step out of victim consciousness while still recognizing that she is a human being who deserves to be treated well and to walk away from others and to hold them accountable for their behaviors. Does that make sense? It's finding that most grounded version of you where you feel and see your worth and you still love others even if it is from a distance. Jesus, too, embraced certain individuals and cursed others because of their poor behavior or bad behavior. So it's not that Jesus loved all. He taught all, be love, but he held those who were harming others accountable for their words and their actions, and most importantly, pointing out the hypocrisy within their words and actions and what they stated to believe. This is where our another is now coming. This last brain event was to teach her to really discern who was friend and who was foe, and not to love everybody within sight. Sometimes you need to say to someone, your behavior is incongruent. It is not in alignment with what you say you believe, and you're hurting others because you shame others. You hold them to a standard that you don't hold yourself. And within this journey of reflecting what feels good and what doesn't, and finally connecting to that inner part of you that says, I don't feel safe with this individual. Even though they're here to teach me something, they're not very respectful of the process. And my journey, which is personal and lived, is a living example of what it is that you are here to teach me. And you are unwilling to listen and learn from my lived experience because it doesn't match or align with your taught perceptions. You will not go far in life if this is how you treat others. Don't expect that your clients will return to you because you are harmful and hurtful and your words are divisive, and yet you sit there and smile like all is well when it's not. Satan, as many of you were raised with, is not this creature with red horns. It is the part of you, the side of you, that is egoically driven, that acts out of ego, where you harm or shame someone else. Just really recognize that each of you has Satan, as you perceive it or call it, within yourselves, because it is your shadow side, your unprocessed side, the side that reacts from a defensive perspective, from a judgmental perspective, or just a plain old hurtful perspective that you then project onto others to make them feel bad because you don't feel safe within your own body for whatever reason. Learning to discern this level of subtle discrimination is where we are now bringing our another. And it is difficult for her, as she loves to love everybody. But sometimes you need to call a spade and remove yourself from the influence of those individuals where you can. Because it is either harmful or hurtful, because they shame you and judge you, but they do it with a smile where you can't really discern it until you go within and feel that vibrational discrepancy or disembodiment. And we will work with that particular word, disembodiment, at some point in the future. Today, we are talking about when your inner guidance system comes back on, meaning that you begin to trust your intuitive hits in your gut, that knowing of something is off, or alternatively, something is so very right. When you learn to follow that inner guidance system and override what you have been taught is appropriate and proper behavior when greeting and engaging with others, therein lies the magic, where you will begin to take your power back. Carolyn Miss has talked about energy a lot. And the question for you all is, where are you losing or giving away your energy? Look at what engages your brain in kind of a loop cycle. Where are your thoughts stuck? Where are you giving your power to someone else or a situation because you can't let go of that moment, that experience where something happened that either irritated, worried, or scared you? What is it that keeps you limited in your belief system that there's more to this? Maybe you can just simply say, I'm not giving any more energy to this right now. I know who I am. I know what I did. I feel comfortable and confident with it. And whatever issue this is, it lies with the other person. And I'm no longer going to give it any of my energy because I'm going to call it back. And I'm going to focus on the things that nourish me and love me and embolden me, instead of creating a space where I feel lesser than, or I question my judgment, or I believe something negative about myself because of somebody else's actions. When we do our own inner reflection, we know and feel where we are off, or we were unkind or unhelpful or jealous or hurtful or spiteful. We know, we can feel what that feels like in our body. Again, discernment. When we own where we are off and listen to others where they diplomatically share with us how we have hurt them. But when somebody tells us that we are not good enough for them to be in our life or for them to listen to us, even if it is in the teaching capacity, therein we can say, I will no longer engage with you at an energetic level because there's no respect, there's no connectivity, there's no continuity of this relationship, of this experience. And I'm going to now detach because it just doesn't feel good. And I have other more important things that I wish to focus on. So at the end of the day, where are you losing your energy? Just ask yourself that. Where am I losing my energy? And then feel the response. See what it feels like. Begin to explore that inner part of you that has been numbed and sedated and manipulated for too long, so you don't even recognize its vital essence in keeping you safe and protected and also connected to us. Find that part of you where you recognize who is friend or foe and believe it, trust it, receive it, and walk away where necessary, because your inner guidance system is reminding you of who you are and how you deserve to be treated. And you need not be dramatic. You can just, thank you. I need to excuse myself. I have something else I must do now. You can be kind and generous in your extraction and then just move on. Finding yourself is a process of discerning what is yours and what is not. So we will again remind you of probably the most important message or affirmation or statement that we can give you all. And that is this simple saying, I only wish to feel that which is mine. Repeat that if you need to really understand it in your heart and not in your mind. And then see what goes away. That will teach you what is running through your mind is not necessarily yours. That which you are feeling viscerally in your body is maybe not yours. It may be somebody else who is attaching to your energy, or it's just from the collective. Learn to treat your body as a holy, sacred temple and treat it accordingly. I only wish to feel that which is mine. And so it is. Namaste.